Valley Indie Podcast, Take 74, Episode 20. It is October 25th, 2 months till Christmas. Start shopping. We're here talking about election because it's like 2 weeks away. And this is our second episode. We're going to just basically tell you how everyone hates the Valley Independent Sentinel.
Pressure. We're under pressure.
It's crunch time and we're under
crazy.
pressure.
It's a silly season.
Silly season. Anyway, before we start, we have to pitch our debate that we're hosting in Seymour on Thursday, October 27th, 7 p.m. at the Seymour High School. We're co-hosting with the Seymour Student Council. It is the 3 candidates for First Selectman. They'll be on the hot seat. We're going to ask them questions. They're going to ask each other questions. Yeah,
there's a great section of the debate. It's going to be a quick debate. If everything goes as planned, it's going to be an hour. But, we have a couple of questions, and then the candidates each ask each other a question. And it's going to be good.
I think it'll be fun.
Unless I mess it up.
We're going to be taping it, but you want to be there because we're going to be working all day. We're not going to edit that tape that night. We're going to probably do it the next day. And
Spinelli's going to be giving autographs.
Yeah, Spinelli will give an autograph. But anyways, you want to be there because it's going to be better in person. And then you can, maybe after you can ask candidates your own questions. I don't know. It's up to you. Back to the topic at hand.
All right.
Oh, God. All right. So Eugene received a flyer in the mail. He lives in Derby.
Yep.
And he wants to talk about that today. So I'm going to ask him some questions. I'm holding it, so maybe Eugene could explain what it says.
Yeah, there's a flyer. I mean, the article is posted. It's on the homepage. I posted 2 articles related to Derby downtown development. And I guess my goal of this podcast is to sort of explain. We're different than a traditional newspaper. We're a nonprofit. That's one way in which we're different. We are a 3-person staff who do the work of an entire newspaper. We don't have a newspaper they write editorials, and that's on the op-ed page. Everybody knows that. Reporters do not write editorials. Any ethical newspaper does not allow that. The editorials are where you see the endorsements for mayor in a given town. I guess I don't know if they've been coming out. I haven't paid attention that closely. But anyway, that's the editorial board. It's usually the editor, an editorial writer, although that job is quickly gone the way of the dinosaur. And maybe the publisher and, muckety-mucks at the newspaper. They'll get together in the room. They'll interview the candidates, review the reporting that's been done, and come up with an endorsement. We have none of that. If we did endorsements, it would forever compromise what we do. We would not be worth reading. If I came out and said, I'm voting for Mayor Stafari, then I'm his guy. Or if I said, I'm voting for, or we recommend Dan Foley. I don't know how to be any more plain about that, but that's not our mission. Mm-hmm. We're not here to be, what's his name from Fox News, Bill O'Reilly. We're not here to be Jon Stewart. We're not, you know what I mean? We're not here to advocate a position. Our job is to ask questions and report the news, and that's what we do. I say all that because everybody and their brother, we're getting smacked around for doing our job and reporting on an issue. And what happened was, flyer came out. I got it in my house. Bottom of this flyer, it's about Derby redevelopment. It's the Foley campaign going after the Stafari administration. And we all know how historically, political flyers are always right on the money. It might as well be whatever. That's sarcasm. But anyway, in one part of the flyer, the very end, it says Valley Independent Sentinel 9/21/11, which in journalism, that's called attribution. When you attribute something, there are certain levels you have to reach to make a proper attribution. And that involves ethics and who you're doing. And we have our own set of standards when you see something in a publication, either directly quoted or paraphrased. Paragraph says, and I don't know, there's that reference in there. I don't know if the way it's written, I don't know if it's attributing this entire flyer to us, that one word of a flyer. I don't know. Current developer says there are no signed leases for the proposed project. That's one part of this paragraph. That's absolutely true. We reported that. That's exactly how I interpreted what was said. Second part of the sentence says, and admits it will be multiple elections before the project gets off the ground, comma, if at all. Then after that, it says Valley Independent Sentinel. Now, when I read that, I thought to myself, my immediate thought was, oh my God, I messed up an article. I must have written that article back on September 21st in a way that I did not mean for it to be interpreted, which is human. I mean, we talked about last week how you can make that error. So I went back and I looked at the article, and I didn't see anything like that would, based on my training and newspaper work, to phrase the second part of the sentence in the way it's phrased. So then So
fast forward to today, you wrote a story talking about this and how the Republicans got upset.
What I did was, then it's my job to say, okay, I contacted the Foley campaign and said, what do you mean by that last part of the flyer, and where'd you get this information from? Are you saying we did it? And they answered, and the answers are in the article. It was their interpretation of videos within an article. So I guess the Republicans, at least and I talked to the mayor. We actually went to City Hall and talked to him about this. When he wasn't there, we actually passed him on Elizabeth Street, and I followed him to wherever. We got in our car and followed him to where we end up? In front of
High Street?
Yeah, behind Walmart, or the park right there. Whittick Park? Yeah. So I talked to the mayor about this, and his campaign, they're hitting us a little in the comment section on Facebook. It's not my job to come out and do an editorial on this. That's not our mission. It's not. It would totally fly in the face of everything we stand for. What I did was call up Foley, or actually, this was through email, and got them to respond to my questions. I then called Mayor Stafari and Ken Hughes and got their say on the matter. And I don't think the people of Derby need Eugene Driscoll to tell them how to interpret something or to help them make a decision, because they're much smarter than me, and they know the issues much better than me. So you read the article, people. You decide who's full of crap and who's not, and it's up to you.
You're not going to be the one to go there.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, of course, it puts us, the way our name is mentioned after that phrase or that part of the sentence, it puts us in an awkward position, because if I printed something on our site and attributed it in that way and interpreted the sentence in that way, I would have to answer. It falls below the journalistic definition of attribution and proper attribution. However, these are not journalists, so we can't hold them to that standard.
Right.
These are people running for office. So that's that, and it's politics, So anyway, I can't control, and we can't go out there and try to deal directly every time we're mentioned on a flyer. That's just not. I mean, they're political flyers. They are what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to say that. At the same time, I don't think it's fair, for someone to put pressure on us, or a party to put pressure on us
to do that.
To take somebody to task. Because again, I mean, the way we handle this is we ask the questions. What did you mean by that?
And we just wrote the story.
You write the story, and you have faith in the readers that they can come to their own decision. And that's what we did there. And also, I went a step beyond, because now I'm thinking, okay, it's political season. You got, every political party spins.
Mm-hmm.
There's a question whether are you stepping over the line by, there's a difference between spinning and untruth, and people can decide that. But at the same time, I wanted to go back to my notes from September, where I had talked to Doug Gray, and I thought, well, here is the answer directly from the person involved. He's got no political say either way. He's a businessman. And my impression of him was that he gave me completely honest answers. He didn't give me a BS answer. He didn't sound. Read the story. When I asked him why aren't there tenants signed, he gave a long, 6-minute explanation. So I did that in the public's interest, not to prove one side right or one side wrong. But that was what was said, and it's our job. The First Amendment says no government can, pass laws to restrict what we do, and that's important. And you shouldn't put pressure on us to try to get us to do things a certain way, and you shouldn't twist our words. And that goes, I hope, without saying. That being said, that's it. Happy election.